Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people over here. Hello. Hello, Mike. Do you like the music?
I'm vibing.
It's lo-fi. Should we just do this? Should we just beat the whole stream? Just so it's vibing? Like I could get closer to the camera so they understand how much I'm vibing.
Is it close vibe?
Yeah. Yeah. It's getting very very serious here. Very serious vibing. Mike, hello. Welcome to Doodle Talk. How are you, Mike?
Perfect in every way, just like you. Just like you, Pablo.
Oh, thank you, Mike. You are perfect. And I just I'm so excited to get to be here to learn more. I feel like whenever I get to talk to you, whenever I'm around you, I feel like I become smarter. Like I learn something new every time, and you will always have story. You will always have, and it's just like, oh, Mike is just telling a story, but then you realize oh, Mike just taught me science, and it's like it's almost like you're thinking that Mike is telling you a joke and something. You're like, ha ha ha, let's laugh with Mike, and then suddenly you realize that Mike tricked me. He taught me science.
Oh no, Pablo, you've just exposed me to the world. Oh my gosh, you're the very first person to say that. I get it. Like, I live what you're talking about. That's hilarious. A+.
Yeah, it is like, oh yeah, this is such a cool person. Look, that you see, Mike, but they don't realize that you just incepted some math, science, something about space. It's in their minds, and then they're going to go apply it somewhere else. Mike, so happy to see you here. For everyone, welcome here to Doodle Talk. It's just a little celebration. We just get together every once in a while. This is not just like, oh, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's just like, hey, we're just going to do something. I'm terrible at calendarizing stuff like this. So it's spontaneous talks with beautiful people like Mike. And look at that, getting ready.
I saw that you have those all over your desk too. The little.
Yes, yeah. I'm actually saving them because
me too.
If not, other people think they're trash. And no, actually, I think they're trash. I throw them away. And then Mariana, my partner, she has been saving them. She's like, no, Pablo, you should save these. And I think that she expects that I'm going to die or something, and then these are going to become valuable or something. That's my theory. That she sees me as like, this person, Pablo, you're not going to last, and I need some insurance here. So anyway, you're here with Mike, astronaut, author, artist, teacher, and did I say astronaut? I just said astronaut really casually. No, like kids, we always say when we're growing up, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an astronaut. Mike actually made it true. Like, we all just at around 10, 11, we realized, no, that's going to be really hard. That's going to be impossible. And then we change it to fireman, Oh, I'm going to be a fireman. And then we realized, okay, I'm just going to be something else, But no, you, Mike, you said, I'm going to be an astronaut, and you made it a reality. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Pablo Stanley. And I love Mila too. Holy smokes. Gosh, you two, every time I see you, bring me so much joy. And that's sort of the whole point of this whole exercise. Like, not this, but life, the exercise of life.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
modeling that joy is part of the fun. And
I love that you're calling life an exercise, the exercise of life. So we're preparing for something else, or we're just this is part of something else.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that I made up my mind to be born into this life before I got here. I have zero doubt. And by getting to that conclusion, it changed everything that I went through, that all of us go through when we're kids. Like, I changed all that. I used to be hung up on that in my 20s and 30s, like kind of a victim. I felt victimized. And then as as my brain came together, all the components started to function, work together as a finely tuned bio machine. My ideas changed, and my thoughts about who I am and my relationship to life grew, evolved. And
That is,
yeah,
Mike. So I'm just learning this
yeah,
about you. I see you, and I see. We usually see people, and we just see the initial, the surface, right? Just like what they portray right now, who they are. But it's really hard to see like all the past. What is like, you only see the tip of the iceberg, right? And I see you, and I see this well formed person like that inspires everyone. And I think, oh, Mike, since he was a kid, he's always been doing this. But no, of course, there's phases in our lives, and we're all capable of change.
like they say, it's like I was always taught that if we stop learning, we die. That idea has always been in front of me, and there's ideas like that I don't necessarily take on, but I savor like or roll around on my tongue like a jawbreaker, and just like keep continually get flavor from over my lifetime. That's one of those. And when it comes to right now, by the way, Pablo, so a lot of times I'll have new ideas, and then I'll just discuss them with peers like you, people who who have parallel experiences, and
Yeah.
we develop and evolve these ideas in front of audiences of other peers, people who will be on their show tomorrow, and
Yeah.
buying their NFTs, and that's the goal. And so the
So you
thing
have
that
an idea for us today.
I do.
Oh my God. Okay. Well,
I
actually,
I
and there are
I
questions here.
really
There's a
do.
chat. So let's hear it. What is the idea? And you know what? We're not just going to discuss it. We're going to discuss it and doodle while we
And Doodle.
discuss it. Maybe we also explain it visually. That's going to be interesting.
Cool. So
Okay. But yeah,
that
tell us the idea.
I got my tablet right here. I like, you're amazing. Look at that. Look at that.
Yes. We
Oh my
already
gosh, that's
started
the
with a
line I
little.
drew.
You can command
I
see it
love that
then.
little line.
Oh no, let's leave it. Yeah, that is a. They say that there are no mistakes in doodling or new opportunities, right?
I've
Uh,
never used this program, and that's always exciting too. So
right? It,
yeah.
it's so cool. So yesterday we did another one with the person who introduced me to this tool was Javon. I don't know if you know Javon
I love Javon.
from
Javon and I have
the
been friends
Losers
a
Club.
while. Oh yeah, so I knew Javon kind of before the Losers Club because he was a celebrity in Seattle, and we used to do Obey in Seattle. So Reggie Gaines is from Seattle. Reggie Watts. I mean,
Oh yes, of course.
yeah, and Reggie
Dude,
Gaines very
you
cool.
know
Yeah.
how I learned about Reggie Watts with Conan O'Brien.
Oh yeah, holy smokes! So he used to be in Reggie Watts used to be in a group called Maktub from Seattle. I was in Seattle, and it was an amazing time. So there was a good vibe there. We were doing Obey, and we were doing just art stuff. And there's a group called Subset, which was Presidents of the United States of America, that sang a song called Lump. Lump ceiling, silence, silence. I'm down the day, cause it's down the sun with something and insane. But don't say they love that. I can't remember how it goes. And it was Presidents of the United States of America with Sir Mix-a-Lot. And
Oh
like
my
I would
God.
see all of
Yeah.
these amazing. And do you know the artist Jim Woodring? Here, I'm going to write it down. Everybody should look up
No.
Jim Woodring. Look, Disney font.
Jim. Yeah, it does look like a Disney font right here. It just needs this and some stars.
Yeah. Where's my eraser tool? Eraser, where are you?
Oh, you know what? I'm using it on my computer so I can Command C, which makes it really easy. But you can just
No, I
double
was looking. No,
tap. Talk
No,
with two fingers,
I
and
wanted
that
your
will undo.
I wanted your no. Okay, yeah, but okay. How do I get this right here? This.
I
How do
hold on. Where
I
are you? Yeah. How do you get to
how do
that?
I remove all this?
You can just use the eraser. So
Where is
there's
it?
an eraser on the left, just
On the
below the
left,
brush.
below the
On the left,
brush.
on the toolbar, there's a little eraser tool.
Oh, I have.
Oh, I can actually
Thank you.
like erase yours too. Da, da,
Thank
da,
you.
da,
Thank you.
da.
Thank you.
You want
Thank
me
you.
to
Thank you.
erase all
Thank
this
you.
stuff?
Yes, yes. And
I
then
feel bad erasing your stuff, man.
oh, you know what?
But
Oh no, like this is like I just wanted people to know that name, Jim Woodring, because they should Google
okay.
Jim Woodring and look at that person's art. That person, Jim, creates their art by dreaming about it. And Pablo, the art is so disturbing. It's frogs and ducks in their own lives, and there's spaceships, and that's the totality of Jim's dreams. He dreams in this other cartoon dimension.
Oh
And
my God.
yes, I had one dream like that after he explained it to me, and it was about probably a year afterwards, and then I kind of was working at getting into that space in my dream consciously, and then I got there, and I was like, I never want to go there again.
Oh no.
It was
So
so alien. Yes.
hold on. Can you do that? Can you actually say, "Hey, I'm going to dream about this," and then you dream it? Do you have control over that?
I mean, yeah, like we all do.
Well, I didn't know. I think that's a superpower that I wish I knew how to channel. How do you do that? Do you just tell
It's
yourself before sleeping, "I'm going to dream about this," and then you start
yes,
dreaming about that?
yeah.
No way. Really? I'm sorry. Mike, it's just that I know that some stuff for you is obvious, but for other stuff, that stuff for some of us is not that obvious.
I mean,
It's
maybe
just
for
you know
some of
so
us,
much
but you're
stuff.
Pablo
You have
Stanley. Are you kidding me?
no.
Like,
I didn't know. Like I thought like we were unable to control our dreams. It's just like stuff that happens.
there's two things that I think about before I go to like I do a meditation before I go to sleep. I pray.
Oh,
I
nice.
clear my space. I kind of I go over the day. I don't have to give gratitude. I just experience it. And that's just my experience. I don't know how it is for everyone else. And then right before, there's an idea that I have entertained for decades since doing Obey, and that was, may someone steal my work. May someone steal my work, because
Yeah.
that has always pushed everything that I've been doing forward. When someone like gratuitously steals, like not just borrows and says that they're paying homage to the stuff that I do or whatever, but just like, oh, I'm taking that, and then and not credit me or us or whoever. Oh wow, what a joy. Because after we work in art or any field for a while, we have a credibility that is ours. No one can take away from us. It's like every book we read is a coin in a bank that only we can draw from. And not only can we draw
Mhm.
from that bank, but we can go back and draw from that exact same coin that was that book that we put into our head. A book is
Yeah.
like a coin that we get to spend over and over and over. No one can take that away from me. And the same is true for art. Whenever I create something, your style, the art that you create, same deal. Same amazing thing. How do you do this? Oh, wow, cool. Steal my work. Steal my work. We need credibility. I mean, it's kind of true. Like it's not need, it's we get credibility.
We get
Yeah,
credibility.
yeah. Need is a whole different other thing. And yeah, when people steal our work, we get credibility, because like all of the people who love you and your work, they say, nah, that was Pablo. Pablo came up with that. I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
my
is.
favorite is the robot that goes the hand. This one. You know what I'm talking about?
like the one from
That's your
Danger,
robot.
Danger. Yeah. Just like from space, Lost in Space, right? Danger, danger, danger.
Other people do that same thing, and we all know they're paying homage to the thing that you created.
I didn't know. I didn't know that's where it's called. I used to watch that show when I was a kid. Yeah, it was, but the black and white one. I know that they made a new one, and I actually haven't watched that one.
I've watched
But
it.
So Mike, I wanted to talk. I mean, you're the spaceman, the starman, and I wanted to talk to you about like some star and space stuff. Is that cool?
Yeah, I'm here for it. We
So
touched on a couple things that everybody wants to know about, though. One was dreams, and the other, and so that I said there was two things that I think: one, steal my work, and the other is, and here it
Oh
is, and
yes.
this is important, because if you're dreaming and you're not getting if you're not having that dream life that you want, like I think before I go to sleep every single night, what does levitation look like? What does levitation look like? What does
Yeah.
levitation look like? And I have an 11-year-old, and now he's doing it because he's often around me doing the same things, which is
Yes.
such an honor. And
I met your kid. It's so
Raphael,
fun.
we
Yes.
love you, Raphael. Yo, look at this. I got to show you something, right?
Okay. I'm gonna keep drawing
A
here.
lot of like my son is 11, and he
Yes.
drew this.
Wow. Okay. And are these? Is this the same exercise about the dreams?
He painted. My
Or
son drew this. He's 11. He painted this.
yeah,
Like,
that's awesome. What
it
is the
is
media?
amazing.
What is it called?
Just good. We just call it good.
Just the
Here's
good stuff.
what it's on the wall next to, by the way. Here, I'll show you.
Yes. And your son
These
is
two titans, they play
Raphael.
really well together. This Gabe Weiss piece.
Oh, this is yeah. He just minted his Stoics.
Minted
He
out.
minted out. So we're actually talking about potentially having him for a Doodle talk too. He's awesome. I'm so happy for him.
Oh, he's amazing. And so, by the way, I have a piece from you that I got at the Mutnick's party at NFT NYC that this entire time has not been with me and has been traveling with my bag on its own around the world. So help me goodness, it's been tracked, and it is being delivered today by FedEx.
No way.
So help me goodness.
Today.
So help me goodness.
Wow. So this was like all the way since NFT NYC, right?
Yes. And I've been, I mean, like I spent 5 weeks in Europe, and like working at the Saxonford Spaceport, putting on Mike Mongo's astronaut job camp. And this is the bag that I lived out of. I don't even remember what's in it, except it has my flight suit, my travel flight suit, my NASA jacket, and this is what I have described. I have my flight suit, my NASA jacket, and my flight suit has my name on it, my NASA jacket, and painting by Pablo Stanley. That's what I told British Airways. And the whole bag, everything else, you can have the rest. I want those 3 items.
I think the NASA suit sounds more important than the painting, but I appreciate that British Airways has this on their minds. So that sucks that they have your suit. I mean, it's been a long time.
That's the worst thing that happened to me. I'm okay.
But maybe they heard you about like, hey, steal my stuff. So maybe they stole.
My ideas, not my stuff. Hey, everybody
my
out
work.
there, do not steal my stuff. You can steal my ideas.
I think British Airways misunderstood. It was like, oh, you want us to steal your stuff?
They'll come to Cape Canaveral. Where's Mike Mongo live? He told us to steal his stuff. I did not. No.
He said it was okay. Yeah, but
I'm still working.
I'm glad that you're getting it back today, because that spacesuit, it's a NASA suit. So, like, tell us more about that. I know that you've been telling this stuff. I'm pretty sure that over and over. That works. But I think, but that's how it works. Yeah. So tell us more about you. Like, are you what how do you become an astronaut?
Okay, so and then we're gonna talk about the thing. I'm still
About
about the
uh,
idea that this new idea that I get to discuss
oh
with
well,
you.
hold on. Yes, no. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the new idea. What is the new idea
Okay,
about the
first,
stealing the
how do I
world?
adjust the size right here? It says 1 time so. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Okay,
So
good.
on the sides on the
I
right,
got it. Yeah.
there's
I just
you
want to
got
see
it.
here.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
cool. All right, cool. Then we go. Let's see if I double tap. That goes away. All right, cool. And I'm just going to draw some stars because you got the main body work going on here.
yeah. And I'm going to start adding some.
And so
I'm going
the
to
the
add.
idea that I have that's really important to share, especially to everybody here, is is that when I got chosen to be an astronaut, hey, this is actually a private conversation. This is the kind of conversation. This is really like these are I trust people. That's how I
Okay.
enter into all relationships. You, of course, I mean,
Yes.
like me and you know each other, and but like all of the people who are listening with us, people can misinterpret what I'm saying, and that's okay. I don't
Yeah.
enter into a relationship that somebody's going to misuse what I say. I enter into a relationship, every single new relationship, in a state of trust. And
Yeah.
these are ideas that I learned along the way. Maybe somebody taught me them, maybe I learned them from experience, maybe a combination of both. And then there's ideas and concepts that I discuss with people that I think that
Hmm.
are advancing how we think of ourselves. And this may be one of them.
Okay.
So
So tell us.
last night I was having a conversation with Christopher Washington, who is Dr. Christopher Washington, who is the uh, executive vice president of Franklin University in Columbus, Ohio. And we were talking about how after I got selected to be an astronaut, that a lot of people started interacting with me differently. Like they started,
Hmm.
oh yeah, holy smokes. It's been crazy. Like people I think of as my friends started to be snippy and
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
even passive aggressive and sometimes aggressive really. and
Hmm.
and I'll get this. And then I was it was weird. Like people would send me DMs with feedback. People would uh that I hadn't requested. Which, by the way, everybody, don't give people feedback that they don't request or give you consent to give to them. When anyone gives me feedback, who is a peer or friend, they say, and you and I've done this, Pablo, like, hey, can I share some with you? May I make a suggestion about something? Sure, of
Yeah.
course, it's an
Of
honor.
course.
Yeah,
Of course. Yeah.
and but I
Please.
say again.
No, please. It's just like, yeah, that will help me, you know. It's of course I need that. But yeah, okay.
So then, what happens is that so this is what happened. And then some people were even writing snarky comments on
Dude.
on Twitter and what all. And I DM'd some people and I was like, what's going on here? What's this all about? And they said,
Wow. I
they
mean, good on you confronting them. But yeah, what happened?
oh yeah, I mean, I kind of love everybody. And so I want to know, and maybe they're going through something that I don't know about. And so if I can
Yeah.
help move them forward, then que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. That would be great. And then, so, like some people were really just confrontational.
Oh
And so,
wow.
yes. And I'm sharing this because we can all go through it. And
Hmm.
I was talking with Jessica Yatrowski, and she was telling, okay, so I'm just going to start drawing stars. I don't care. I think I've got my device the way that I like it. And she and I were having our discussion, and it's kind of she and I have had these discussions before. We've done a lot of emotional intelligence work, and so we're used to what we call courageous conversations, and these are conversations that aren't necessarily comfortable. And
Yeah.
yeah, and finally and it was almost like a point of annoyance. And finally, she just says, "Mike, they're just not into your journey anymore."
Hmm.
And it was as if the way that I describe it is like she was right. And the way that I
Yeah.
describe it is that it felt as if she had wrapped her arms around a plank-sized thorn that was yammered into my chest and yoinked it out. And that gap
Hmm.
that showed like just closed up right there, and it took my breath away. And I said, "I have to get off the phone. I have to get off the phone right now. I can't,
Yeah.
I just got to get off the phone right now." And then I called a mentor of mine, someone I've worked with for years, and told him the story. And then he said, he chuckled and he's like, "It's true." And it's like, what's going on? Like, that's the case. Like, that's the deal right there. And I got back on the phone with her, and that's when I built the project that I just sold out. The I am really just into you. Mongo Mugs
Hmm.
2.5. I am really just into you.
I'm
And
really just into you.
I am really just
Yeah.
into you. And I made it for the people to have these kind of conversations. I create these gated conversations that it's funny
Yeah.
because the gates are like they're like the lines of nations. They don't exist.
Yeah.
All that they did, all the gates do is allow people to purchase one of the NFTs, and then I open up line. I embed utilities into the NFTs because that's one of the things I love about the medium of NFTs is utility. I love utility. I love that we
Hmm.
can build it in the way that we structure a haiku. There's art, creator, utility, IP, technology, and art creator, utility, art creator, community, utility, IP, and technology. That's how I gauge an NFT. Art creator, community, utility, IP, and technology. And that's how I
Yeah.
build. That's how I build NFTs.
Yeah.
And you're one of the things that you build and create and put into everything that you do, Pablo, and why we clicked, I'm certain of, is because you're dedicated to making it more fun.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
just,
I
yeah, how
mean,
can I make it more fun?
I
And
mean, if it's not fun, I don't know what's the point. I don't know. At least for me.
and then she like I built those and created them right while we were talking, and sold out the collection, and 25, and they get to have these conversations with 25 remarkable human beings. And it isn't that, like, those 25 people that got those NFTs, they were 0.25. So
Hmm.
yeah, those are for people who can support. Did everybody pay 0.25? No. I'm an airdrop mad person. I love airdropping. I can. I have that luxury. So, like, there's people that
Yeah.
I wanna have conversation with that I airdropped to, and they understand. And
That's
there's
nice.
people,
Yeah.
or that I want to have abundance, the kind of abundance that we have in their life. I want
Hmm.
what we have in their life. There's people that I see doing the work who I wanna celebrate and lead and let them, like, so they could sell the NFT and just collect what they sell it for on the floor, and people do that. Like, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
this is what like, come on, we could not do this with any other form besides NFTs. So
Yeah, I mean, NFTs definitely make it easy in a way, and also make it verifiable,
yeah, the
and make it in a way
provenance.
that
Oh my gosh.
also it makes it fun. I don't know, like learning. It feels like you're learning every time you use an NFT with a utility like that, right? You feel like you're part of something new. I don't
Yeah,
know, at least for
yeah.
me.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, absolutely.
So, so all of this came from
No, this is not.
a it's
This isn't even the idea. The idea
oh,
is that, yeah. So then I was
we
having a
were
conversation.
discussing about like a friends that or peers that apparently got
This moment.
uh,
this moment
It
that we
sounded
can
like they
go
got
through.
jelly. They got a little bit jelly
For
there.
sure. And it's not even a problem, or that they don't want to they don't want to do what I'm doing. They don't want to rise to a certain level of their own success. I'm 57. And so for me to get where I am right now, like, it's
Mhm.
intentional, because I was
Yeah.
working on other stuff before I got here. Like, I only got here after doing the other work that I was working on. People are like, why did it take so long for me to get to any person? Why does it take so long for us to? It takes as long as it takes. I'm
Yeah,
an over
exactly.
I'm an overnight success, 15 years in the making, when I started being an astronaut teacher. When it comes to being an astronaut, so I got selected to be an astronaut this year, and it was 15 years ago, 2007, when I started to be an astronaut teacher. and and all of that is regular stuff. That's all, anybody can find that information. This stuff that we're talking about right now, I'm getting to it. I'm building it up, building the case, structuring.
Maybe let me just like go back to what you were
Yeah.
saying and about this. Like, it is something that uh, people don't realize that they're in their 30s or maybe even their 20s, and they're thinking, oh my God, like they're comparing themselves with other people, and they see Justin Bieber like being famous at 15. It's like, oh my God, I'm never going to be successful. Justin Bieber did this. And you're trying to compare yourself with someone else's success, right? And you're trying to compare your rhythm and your time with someone else's, and that's not fair on you and not fair on them, right? And if you look at other people who have been successful, like for example, I just learned that what's the name of this guy that is always narrating movies? Oh man, the guy that narrated the Penguins movie,
It was a
the actor.
day just like this. It was a day
Yes.
just like this.
So,
They
oh my
never
God,
saw it coming.
I can remember the movies that he's been in. Shawshank Redemption. He was God in the Jim Carrey movie.
Morgan Freeman.
Anyway, yes, Morgan Freeman. Yes, he actually got successful, or actually started like being an actor like until his 50s or like late 40s. And so like and there's a lot of cases like this where it's like, hey, it's never too late, and just be patient with yourself, but also like don't give up, and don't think that it's over and that opportunities are gone. There's and you should think of, I don't know, that of abundance, and think that, hey, your time will come. And but anyway, I'm
Okay,
just like
no,
going
listen,
back to that.
what Pablo just said, everyone. Here's this. Listen to this. Generate the feedback you wish to see in your life. Generate the
Hmm.
feedback you wish to see in your life. Do the work to get the feedback that you want in your life. I gotta be less intense. Everybody,
No, I love the intensity, man.
generate the feedback you wish to see in your life. Like, this
Hmm.
is one of those things. This is one of those things. You're here, I'm here, Pablo's here. Nobody else is hearing this except for you. You are smart enough to show up today, whoever you are, because it's YouTube and I can't see you, but I'm looking at you.
Yes.
Generate the feedback you wish to see in the world. Generate the feedback you wish to see in your life. Create the things that you want and do the things that you want to get the kind of feedback that you seek in life. This is insider trading information. Do the work. Don't worry about, be a weirdo. It's important to be a weirdo. We're all weird. You're weird. I'm weird. It's a fact. Getting through that, holy smokes, that's the big one. That's
Yeah.
like, I'm weird. I'm not like Pablo just said, Justin Bieber. How do I survive not being Justin Bieber? Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. Like, I embrace that with the glasses, because I have different ideas. I have things I want to communicate with people, and if I don't communicate right up front that this is what you're getting with this package, then one, people may miss it. So I'm inviting you to do the same thing. Like, let people know. It is easy to get people's attention. The important thing is to have something that's worth sharing afterwards.
Hmm.
This is the whole thing. And so yeah,
It's
that's like what you're saying about don't give up. It's never too late. It It's only too late when we make it too late.
Exactly.
I
When you decide it's too late, hey, I'm never gonna make it. That's it. This is the end of it. Then that's it. Yeah,
This is the
you
end.
just this is the end. But I think also uh, it, what you just said, it sounded like that saying that says like, "Hey, uh, uh, dress." How do you say it? Dress like the work you want to have. It's but
Yeah,
amplified into
dress
life.
for the job you want. Yeah, like,
Yes, but
and
amplified, right? It's not just addressing. It's just like, hey, uh, uh, be be in the places where you want to have those friendships, where you want to grow. Be make those friendships that you actually want to create. Hey, go and talk on those places. Go and do something there. Contribute. Give value in those things, in those communities, with those people, and it's almost like, yeah, where how do you say the saying, dress for the job you want.
yeah, like, well, like I've seen a an astronaut, a picture, a photo of an astronaut sweeping as a janitor. So it's a janitor who's wearing an astronaut uniform because this is the job they want. So they're doing janitor work right now, but that doesn't mean that you're a janitor. I'm still an
Yeah,
astronaut doing janitor work. I
yeah,
know people over here at Kennedy Space Center that started at the bottom. Now they're here. Like, they rose
yeah.
to the top of the ranks. They're doing big things now. I know somebody that started as the secretary and became the assistant the deputy administrator of all NASA. I'm great friends with her. Her name is Lori Garver. Started as a
Yeah,
secretary when we did secretaries, when that was a thing, because
yeah.
she's a full grown up like me. And so that's the thing, is that I don't gauge myself. And no, look, don't gauge yourself. This since
Mm,
I'm already here, and this is really the kind of the insight that I'm getting to, Pablo, is that we cross, like, I don't know if you remember the moment that you crossed the line, and probably not. You probably had the experience of going through it, and from the place where you're doing the work to the place where you're doing the work and getting acclaim. Like, I haven't
mm,
changed. Now I'm just famous. That's it. I didn't change. You
yeah,
didn't change. People act like being famous is a finish line.
yeah.
If it is,
Y-
we may be doing the wrong thing.
yeah, yeah. It's like you're still the same. But it's really, I don't know, like going back to what you were saying about the people. Just like a it's really natural, right? And it's really human to just feel like jealous, and feel like a maybe compare yourself with others. And oh, dude, what's going on? Something's going on with my mouse. Oh, sorry about that. So it's really easy to just compare yourself, and then suddenly you are, I don't know, you get into this scarcity mindset, you know, that where,
And we've all been there.
like, yeah, no, I've been there. Like it's like, and that's what I'm getting to, right? It's like it's really human to feel that way, and it's something that we just have to deconstruct and fight with, and understand that we're going to feel that way, and we have to be prepared for that natural feeling, right? And it's just like when someone gets a promotion, or someone gets you realize that they got a little bit of money, or like, hey, someone becoming a little bit more famous, and then all of that stuff. Also, it's really easy to just like start comparing yourself, because all of that stuff like can get amplified with social media, with like a you see a photo of like someone in a vacation, and you're here at work at your office, and it's like you feel a little bit jelly, and but you have to, as cheesy as it sounds, you have to really look at the big picture, right? And embrace not a scarcity mindset, but an abundance one, where like this is just a snap, like you're just this is just a snapshot of your life, and there's going to be other ones, and and you shouldn't be measuring yourself with other people's luck or fortune or just like wealth, whatever it is, you should measure yourself
People will do
on
that
that.
enough for us. They'll compare us to other people. So there's no reason we should do it to ourselves.
Yeah, it's but I don't know, man. It's hard. I don't know. Like I guess in how you go about this. Like you on the other side, you Mike. How do you deal with that stuff? Like suddenly your peers, people you admire, people you really like, they're feeling those things about you. You just like accept it. You just move on.
So that this is that point, is that there's a song by Seal, Crazy. We're never gonna survive unless we get a little crazy. And you know that song? And
I don't know it, but I love you singing it.
it's, oh, thank you. And then there's a part of the song where he goes, "In a world full of people, only some want to fly. Isn't that crazy? In a
Mm,
sky full of people, only some want to fly. Isn't that crazy? In a heaven of people, only some want to fly. Isn't that crazy?" And that's the thing, is that we have wings. We have
yeah,
wings to use, and we don't have to use those. And plenty of people choose not to use their wings. And
yeah,
it may be uncomfortable, and it may, and we may, and people will definitely grimace and and look down on us, or even condemn us, or attack us, or criticize us, or be jealous, or passive aggressive, or whatever. Does that mean we shouldn't fly?
yeah,
Does that,
yeah.
it's like, if you have wings, we have wings, so do we not use our wings?
Hmm.
I mean,
No,
I got to use my
it's
wings.
you got to use your wings. If you have the wings and you realize, it's just that a lot of people don't realize that they have their wings, because sometimes those wings are their fears, their insecurities. They're, they're, those wings are hitting us that because, like, the color of my skin, my background, my
My
story, where I'm
sexuality,
coming
my
from,
gender,
sexuality,
my
all that stuff, like
economics.
because of like the different things that surround us, like we have been taught that some of those things can be our weaknesses, right? Or the things that make us not good. But you're saying like, no, embrace the weird, or embrace those things that make you different, and those are your wings. Those are the things that once you dig deeper into those things that we have been taught to kind of like, I don't know, like hide them. And when you start embracing those things, then you realize, like, oh, wait, here are my wings. What the hell is going on?
That's beautiful. That's straight up
It's
beautiful.
like, because like, hey, they were hitting just like under this cover, like filthy, just like cover, and it's not filthy. Just like we think it's filthy. We made it that way. We made it look that way, and we're so embarrassed by those things. And then suddenly, when you realize that, oh no, this is the cool stuff. This is the good stuff. This is what makes me different, and this is what I can use to go out there and use it as my strength. Then, damn man, you can fly. And
Yeah,
when you're there, others will not want you to fly because they're struggling to find their own wings too. And suddenly those things that made them feel better about themselves because of those things that they thought that made you feel weak, now suddenly made you feel strong. Then it's like, no, that's not, you changed.
he's
it's
nailing it. He's nailing it. This is 100%. That part right there,
it's
that I have changed, that you've changed, that we've changed, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not mad at that, because I know who I am, and I know what I'm doing. I know the
mm,
experiences that I go through. Here's a phrase that not everybody has heard. It's called imposter syndrome. You know that?
yeah.
You've heard of that?
Oh, I live that. Yeah,
I mean, don't we all? And so,
yeah.
like, and so, yeah. So, in fact, we do. And here's how I know is that I was here in my apartment, and the beach is right there. And if I get caught up in a moment, or if something's in my head that I can't get out, I'll just grab a surfboard and go to the beach. And
Yeah.
I'm at the beach and I'm in the water. Something had been kind of building up over the last couple months. It had started as a kind of like almost whisper, and then it got kind of like nagging, and then it became irritating and uncomfortable, and I couldn't tell what it was. And then I'm out in the water, starting to feel really good. Like I got the vibe, and just in between, and just like just a few sets, and that feeling was really present for me now. It, like, my head was clear, and I'm like, what is this feeling? I'm like, am I sick? Am I mad? Am I bad? Am I?
Hold on. This was while in the water.
This was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but you were in the water. You were feeling. Oh my God. Okay.
And in between waves, and I'm just standing there. I'm like, am I bad? I mean, I thought, I'm like, am I bad? Like, that is a real thought. Am I bad?
As a bad person?
Yeah.
As a person with like bad intentions?
Like a bad, like a monster, like a terrible person, like evil, like is there something secret inside of me that's working to get out? Like I am applying myself in this honest and genuine way to myself, because I get to know. I don't get to judge on how I am. I get to understand that, and the only way I can do that is by being truthful with myself. And then I said the thing. Am I an imposter?
Yeah.
And immediately I said, oh, that.
Yeah.
That. Oh, that thing is still around. It had been over here just hiding, waiting for its moment. I got selected to be an astronaut. And then here it comes, just like gathering a little bit of steam here and there, little bit of criticism, Reddit comments. This is true.
Really?
Wow, oh, come on.
Man.
And then all of a sudden it was it was just there. And then once I said it, am I an imposter? I knew exactly what it was. And I was like, I'm not an imposter. I'm like, oh, okay. Is that what it is? Okay. Got you again. Because once I was on my way to a wedding, and this was a long time ago, and I had misplaced my keys there, and I was in my office, and I was looking around and just going around. We all have done this, and we're in a hurry, and I'm late, and the whole thing, and I can't find my keys. I've looked and looked and looked. I'm looked at the same place 3 times, and then finally I'm standing there. I'm like, "What? Are you stupid?" I said that out loud. No. So help me goodness. And I caught myself. I stopped right there, and this is what I did. I said, what did you just say?
Just to yourself. You just
no one else is there. It's me. I sat down and I said, we don't have to go anywhere, me, myself, and I. Because Pablo, I don't talk to anybody that way, and I don't let anybody talk to me that way. And I can tell you one thing for sure. I do not talk to myself that way. And I had talked to myself that way. When we're younger, we all have these self-criticisms that we roll around with. For me to say out loud in my own home, in my own office, in my own integrity, what are you, stupid? Where did that come from? Are you like, that's supposed to be on my side? It came out in my voice. And I said, we don't have to go anywhere. I was ready. I was like, I'll stay right here. Anybody got something to say? There's any other self-criticism here ready to pop up?
We got to chat about this. We got to resolve this. You and me.
And I want you to know exactly. It was crickets. There was absolute silence. I had spotted the enemy. That the imposter is that voice that says I'm the imposter. That's all the imposter is. That's all it is. It sounds like us. I mean, I'll be at a ice cream shop and I'm figuring out, do I get chocolate or do I get vanilla? I'm not saying that out loud. It's in my head. That little voice, I'm having that little conversation. Chocolate, vanilla, vegan.
Chocolate, of course.
Of course. I mean, we're grown ups. Of course, it's chocolate. And so, like, once you get to that awareness that we're having these conversations all the time anyway, then we can figure out. And I teach my son, the 11-year-old, I teach him if we can discern the voices from one another. They all sound the same. It's all us, but it's the feeling of that voice. When the one voice, like, you're awesome, have a great day, they're beautiful, look at this work. That's on the team. The other one's like, I don't know. I think you might stink today. Like all of these kind of little things that come up, like just you're not going to make it. It's not going to be on time. All the different. Oh, I wrote a book in the last month. I spent the last month finishing my follow-up to the astronaut instruction manual. That meant me getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day for a month. And that is a job. That means I check in, click, like with myself. I'm the boss. So that means I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to write. Do I feel like writing at 5 o'clock in the morning? Well, since I go to bed no sooner than midnight because I'm a DGen and I got all of these, we got interviews and all the different stuff, time zones and all the different things. No way I'm getting to bed before midnight. So that means I'm getting 5 hours sleep best. I'm 57. 5 hours sleep is not cut in the rug. And so at 5 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and I'm just like, oh. And I have a nice little alarm. I use Sleep Cycle. It comes in gently and just gradually increases. It's kind. It's not mean. And nonetheless, the second it starts to sound, I'm like, oh, okay, I got to get up. I got to get up. No, I get to get up. And once I have that, make that slight adjustment, even in my own mind. Oh yeah. Because I get to do all of this stuff. And the other thing is, if that was a job, I would have to get up. And if I don't have that same integrity with myself that I would have with somebody who's just paying me money, just money. So because one's my life and the other is just a paycheck.
Yeah.
And I made a commitment at the beginning. I'm not going into September without a book. That was that. Oh yes. And so and then even when I showed up to write, it wasn't like I immediately knew what I was going to write, though I think about it the day before, so that I have prepared in my mind. Sometimes I just don't have anything, and I write anyway, and that sucks. And I'm writing, this sucks. Like I try not to go into like, this sucks, I hate this moment, that kind of BS. I try to just like, okay, so the struggle is real. Like I work from there. And then magic happens. You get in the flow, and suddenly the muse shows up because the muse realizes that you're serious about this. The muse shows up, and then suddenly the inspiration is there. Like it's ready. It's like, oh wow, you're serious about this. And then suddenly the words flow, and then I become the conduit. Like the genius that comes through me, that's not me. When people say I'm a genius, right. No, I'm a vessel. Like whatever it is that gets expressed, that's through me, not by me.
I like that. I like that thinking. But you are a genius.
You're a genius. You're a genius.
So hold on. And can you tell us a little bit, some alpha about what is this book about?
Of course. So the book is about this thing that I was working to introduce as a topic.
Oh, yes. Okay. So this is about
it's called A Book with Wings for People Who Dream of Flying.
Oh, dude, that is a great title. That is a very catchy title. That
Pablo, you're gonna make me
sometimes
cry.
Sometimes you buy a book because of the title, right? or the cover. So you have the title. That's a perfect title, and I can see how after hearing you, like how beautiful the story and how beautiful the learnings are going to be from this book. Do you already have a cover? Because we should work on that cover.
I mean, Now you're gonna make me blush. So, I want you to know that the book came to me in a dream. It literally is like I was flying in my dream, and then a
Hopefully not
book.
one of those frog dreams and
No,
clowns, or I don't know what you were
no,
saying.
it's one of the awesome dreams. I was flying,
Yeah,
and then in front of me is something, and I
yeah.
fly to it, and it's coming closer, and then I'm putting my hands out, and it is an open book, and I
Hmm.
just and I take it, and I go, a book with wings, and I woke up,
Hmm.
and I said, a book with wings, a book with wings.
Damn, I love that you are able to be connected to your dreams and to your subconscious in that way. Like I do not have that. That sounds like a superpower, you know?
Do you dream?
I dream, yes, but I I don't know. Like I forget my dreams right away. As soon as I wake up, I know that I had a dream, and that it was an important dream, that it was cool, but I just like completely forget it. And I know that it's a skill, right? You have to develop the skill of just like remembering your
Get
dreams or
to.
connecting better with your dreams. Yeah, get to. Yeah, and how do
Okay,
we get
so
to be more in line with our subconscious that way?
I worked with this guy, Paul Sheldon. He has a book called Dreamosophy, and then the book is so good that I took the course Dreamosophy, and
Hmm.
it's like they do week long dream boot camps or month long. You can make the call, and so I
Wow.
stu- but the reason I did that is because I have such a powerful relationship with dreams. You know, my
Hmm.
son will go over his dreams with me almost every day, and
Wow.
I have him walk me through them. He tells me about, like, I ask him about what the temperature of the space was he was in. I ask him about the textures. I ask him about the colors. I ask him about the smells. So he has a very
Oh.
powerful relationship with his dreams, and
And
he'll
and you asking those questions, then when you're dreaming, you start noticing those things too, right? And you start like, I guess, like,
he
hey,
and I he
I
and
should
I
be looking
bump
at the
into each other in our
pictures.
dreams. We will, and then we'll
No
do help.
way.
So help me God. So help me God. May lightning
How?
strike. I am not here to explain how. I have no idea. And if I said it didn't happen, then I would be lying. And he'll call me and he's like, "Did you have a dream with me?" I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, it in the beginning years ago, it was like, "What is that?" And now it's like, "Wow, that's cool. This is what's possible.
Hmm.
Why not? Why not?" Like, if evolution continues on, can we just presume that that the thing that it evolves to is something we want? I don't know that we want
Hmm.
gills. If we do evolve gills, but otherwise, let's evolve our dream life, and let's evolve into levitation, and let's evolve telekinesis, and let's evolve telepathy. Let's do this. Why not?
Yeah.
Like, evolution continues, and for anybody who's ever meditated, you know that that's where the interesting stuff happens.
Yeah. It's
Holy
we're
smoke, did you
only able
do
to
all that
see.
while I was talking? God, I'm a chatty fellow.
No, 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 no. I love that because then that keeps me doodling, you know. But it's the mind. We only get to see when we're conscious just a tiny fraction of what is inside, and what the brain decides that is going to inform you and allow you to see. So, like meditation allows you to suddenly be in touch with the other stuff that like all this noise that your mind creates like doesn't allow you to visualize or like feel and it sounds like you have been able to just like a reduce that noise and get more in touch with that other stuff that is there.
I'm only modeling. When you talked about abundance earlier, and I feel that if I don't do this work, that I wouldn't be modeling abundance. And that's how I do this work, and I have these conversations so that people know it's possible. Because
Mm.
once upon a time, I was out there and I didn't have anybody around me telling me how awesome everything is, and now I get to model that.
Yeah. Well, I think belief. I love that. How do we? I think we're almost ready. So, Mike, it's been over an hour now.
Oh wow, has it?
Yeah, and I know that you're a busy fella,
You too.
and so I wanted to see, like, let's take a look at what we did. Okay, so we did a little space person here. Let's put it just bigger so everybody can see here. Let's put the doodle here. So we did a space and then person, and we started to talk about getting credibility, also about that book in your life, and well, that it's part of your life, and then that how it's almost like a coin that you can reuse. You are also talking about like people stealing your work, not your stuff, just your work.
Don't steal my
Please do
stuff.
not do not
Steal
steal
my work. Don't
my
steal my
stuff. Which,
not the actual paintings, like just the ideas, okay?
yeah, which I love because like it ties in with the abundance mindset, right? Like steal it because like hey, if you steal it,
I got plenty.
then there's no, and also hey, you're going to use it in another way, and like hey, it all at the end it all comes back to you somehow.
It does.
And even if it doesn't,
It just does.
like who cares, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like I I I connected I connect a lot with that because I've done a lot of open source artwork and just like CC0 artwork,
Yeah.
and I have seen how some of that stuff really empowers others. Where like they use it as a starting point, as a slingshot into something else.
Yep.
And something that I would have never done, and something that I would have never had the time or just the
Yep.
skills to do, but my work had a tiny influence in that thing that others do. So like I love that because like hey, then suddenly they're not stealing it. You're not giving it away. You're actually working with them. If you start seeing it like that, then it is you're not giving away your things. You're actually allowing yourself to collaborate with others in a way, in a very passive way, right? Whereas like you put it out there, and then suddenly you're collaborating with someone because they're using your work in something else, and you're there present because your work is there present. So if you, I don't know, if you want to be egomaniac and say like, no, it's about me. Well, it is still going to be about you. And oh, I want my stuff to be. No, it all will come back to you anyway. So
Yep.
I don't know.
100%. That's the thing.
So
It does.
steal my work, and then we started talking about like friends, peers that after like we all have this human feeling of like when we see someone else succeed or we see someone else who there's develop their skills to a level that are potentially higher than us, or they get a promotion, whatever it is, we can get jealous, and we can feel like, oh, we start measuring our success with their success, and that's something that happened to you, just like you like doing all the things that you're doing, and suddenly people that you admire and you
Hold in high regard.
wow, and yeah, and then dude, I cannot believe about the Reddit comments that I, in a way, I will be. It sounds so bad, but at the same time, it's like, Mike, you made it. You got hate comments on Reddit, and that's kind of
Okay, like I didn't get a few. I got like it was like I got a tsunami of goodwill and a rain shower of these. Like they came in like ones, and then suddenly it was a downpour, and so much so that eventually somebody said that this is a self promotion, and I had all I did was post a picture of myself in my flight suit smiling under "are happy," because like I'm like I got selected to be an astronaut. I don't know, like, and they're like, but people are like, oh my God, he's involved in NFTs, and Reddit hates NFTs. They're like, he's a crypto scammer. He's teaching kids about crypto scams. Like, so help me goodness, this happened. And you know what? Cyan Proctor, like, she called me up and we were talking, and she said, Mike, the comments aren't for you anymore. You're an astronaut. Those comments aren't for you anymore. And I got it. I was like, and that's the whole thing. It's like, what she meant is I'm using my wings, and you can use your wings, and any one of us gets the opportunity to use their wings. And I can hold myself down to the ground, anchor myself with these sort of negative comments. And like I said at the beginning, I learned not to do that by someone sharing with me, don't pick it up, don't put it down. When people say how great I am, or you are, or we are, we can embrace all that. And it means that when they start criticizing it, we get to embrace that too. And I don't want either of those. I just want to do this kind of stuff like we're doing today. And maybe what we're doing is like, maybe one thing we said connected with one person today in a way that is going to change everything for all of us. Yeah. That's an opportunity.
Well, thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing all of this, and thank you for being so open and vulnerable, because that allows us to see the human behind the spacesuit, and allows us to see that we all share these things that we feel inside, and it's okay to feel them, but also sometimes we have to work to fight the bad stuff, right? So, what do you think? We got this. Look at our drawing. We got a ton of little doodles with happy faces. So maybe some of them are not that happy. Maybe this one should be like this.
What? You know? Which one? Oh no, like which one? The one on the just like, surfboard?
Yeah, the one that is like that is coming. It's kind of like a worm or something. And it's
with the one right here with like, the furrowed brow.
I'm putting it here. So
right, that one. Yeah, no, that one. Like that one's determined.
Yeah, it is like, yo, I'm doing this. So,
but like I'm breaking my own. Ryan says, why does being an astronaut affect whether or not the statement is true? Wouldn't be applied regardless? Yeah, see, like for me, being an astronaut was the point that mattered, but it doesn't matter. It only matters what you're after, Ryan or Pablo or Mila or whoever. It doesn't matter what, like, that's what Pablo said earlier. I'm not gauging myself against anyone else. I'm not gauging myself against Justin Bieber because I don't want to be Justin Bieber or have Justin Bieber's life. I'm not interested in that in the least. Yeah. Well, however, you know, on my phone is Neil Armstrong, who has been my hero since I was 4. And so that's, and for me now I crossed that line. It's not even a line. It's like, it was never a line. It wasn't a, I mentioned that to you, like when one day we're doing the thing we love, and the next day we're doing the exact same thing, and we're famous for it, or we're well known for it, or where people talk about us for doing the thing we love, when it's the exact same thing that we were doing the day before. And so Ryan, your point is, yes, do the thing. Oh, by the way, Pablo, when like I know we're wrapping up. Here's the secret to success: do what you love with who you love and help others. Yeah. You do all 3 of those, can't fail.
Yeah. And yeah.
Do what you love with who you love and help others. Can't fail.
That's it. You cannot fail. Yeah. And I love that you're adding help others, bring value. Like, it's not just about yourself. When you just like change the mindset of like, then suddenly it is about yourself, like helping others. It is, you feel warm and fuzzy when you help others too. So like, bring that value, and then suddenly other stuff will come at you too.
You know, when like every time I've been around you, you're always just like the generous guy. Both you and Mila, so generous, like always supporting people with humor, with love, with art, with food, with T-shirts, with socks. My favorite Roboto socks that are coming back today. Yes. And
the socks. They also took your socks.
They took my socks. So then all of those things, like that's so I lost my point. I did.
Socks. We're talking about socks
We were
and
talking
also
about socks.
Mila
Yeah.
and
How
all the
generous
good
you are in
things.
helping others. That's what it is. And that's what we can do. That is modeling abundance. That's the
Yeah,
thing. And there will be times where it seems difficult. That's cool. Lean
yeah,
into the difficulty. Lean into it.
yeah,
Lean hard into
yeah.
it. None of us got, like, I never used this application today. And now I'm just comfortable with leaning into the discomfort. And here we are. Here I am sketching with Pablo Stanley, the Pablo Stanley, doodling. And I
Thank
can't
you,
ask
Mike.
for more than that.
By the
And
way,
that's
Mike, we got it. I think we are good. Like we
that
kind
is
of set the
gorgeous.
limit there, right?
It's beautiful.
This is awesome. Thank you so much, man.
Oh,
Let's
my pleasure. It's an honor.
so Mike, tell us, let's wrap it up. Tell
I
us
got my
more about
astronato this week.
you.
I got my roboto astronato.
I saw that. That is awesome.
It's
So
not my
tell us
first
more about
roboto, but
you.
that's my first astronato.
First, Astroboto. So tell us what are you up to? What are you? Do you have a drop soon coming soon? It's your book. What should people know that you're doing?
So, since we're at this level of conversation, here's the thing.
Yeah,
How many people can you tell how many people are watching right now?
I actually well right now I can tell that in YouTube there are 32, and that's just YouTube. And but there's people on LinkedIn. There's people
Oh,
on
there are?
Twitter.
Okay, cool.
There's multiple channels. Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm going to
let's say
take a
that it's
chance here.
50.
Okay. So first of
Yeah.
all, since if you made it this far, if you DM me on Twitter your wallet address, I'll send you an NFT. I'll take a
Wow.
chance.
Okay.
Okay. It's going to be cool. And
That's gonna be dope.
if people want to do that, that's like, I'm not here to twist anyone's arm. I talk about time travel. I talk about levitation. I talk about evolution, and
Mhm.
I have the Mongo Mugs projects out there. They are. It's a blessing. It's a joy. I open up conversations like this, and I'm leaving for Scotland on Sunday night. I'll be traveling to the Braemar Summit, representing Saxford Spaceport. Uh, I'm delivering the
Wow.
closing talk for the entire summit and talking about
Oh my God, the closing talk? That
yes,
is awesome.
yes, yeah. We're talking about the future, and
Nice.
it's an honor. And then I fly from there to the International Astronautical Congress in Paris, where they are introducing us to they debuting the Space Plus 5, along with the special passenger we're escorting. Oh, can I tell you who it is? Oh my gosh, Pablo. Okay, so
Yes.
I've totally got an NDA. I mean, like we've let it slip. I know where we are in this conversation. Oh my gosh, it's completely appropriate. Pablo, we're escorting
Yeah.
a very special passenger to space. Okay, the Space Plus 5, and it's on Blue Origin. Well, we're training for Blue Origin's New Shepard. Okay, so they've procured one seat,
Can
and
you
now
give
they're
us a
working.
hint?
Yes. Oh gosh.
Alpha coming.
Get ready. Listen to this. I'm not kidding you. It's a robot. That's
It's a
as much as
robot.
yes, that's all I'm going to tell you. I am not kidding. I am not kidding, not one bit. And it's going to
So,
change. It's going to change everything.
oh, come on, man. Hold on.
I
Holy
mean,
shit.
okay, I
Yeah.
haven't told anybody
Dynamics.
that. I have not told anybody that. Nobody. Because I've signed NDAs my whole life, and there's only a few times that it's been worth my time, and this has been one of them. This space mission, like, it's cool. A lot of people go to space. It's the same distance as the Mercury mission. It's about halfway to the space station. It is. I'm only in space, only looking at the planet from space 6.5 minutes. I've done this. My third round of zero G training comes up on October 22nd, and I got to talk to you more about that because you might be involved in that, but that's another story. All right.
Please.
So then,
yeah.
Okay. All right. So then,
Okay.
and then I love zero G, and zero G is great. And and this mission, like only 600 people have been to space. There's 8 billion people on the planet right now.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
When you put it that way, it's incredible. Yeah.
People are like, oh, it's only suborbital. People are, oh, it's only suborbital. I love that. Yes, it is. It's only suborbital. It absolutely is. Same distance as the original Mercury missions, top speed 2,400 miles an hour. And I get to see the Earth from space. And we are escorting a very special passenger.
Oh my God. I'm guessing it's Boston Dynamics.
Look.
No? Okay. It is going to be one of those. Okay. You're nervous. You're drinking. Oh my God. I just like, oh, no, I didn't say anything. Oh, Mike, that is so cool. Man, I'm so, I don't know, you're such an inspiration. You're and it's always such a joy and like hearing you, like I was telling you in the beginning when I was when we're just starting, I feel like whenever I'm around you, and even if you're not talking to me, even if you're talking to someone else, and I'm just hearing you, or you're in a space or something, I feel like I become smarter. Like I feel like I learn something, and I feel like I feel better about myself. It's weird. You have this energy that allows people to suddenly look into that thing inside, and then don't put a bad light on it, to say like, hey, embrace that part of you. And I don't know, thank you so much, Mike. And I think it's such an honor to have you here. And also, just for all of those, look at this. Going to have it in, sorry, Mike, it's just like this is alpha. This is serious alpha right here. For all of those who have been wanting to get into the Humankind Discord, you have a code right there. And goodbye. That's it. Bam, bam, bam. Mike, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is awesome. I'm so excited for you. We have to keep talking. We have to do this again.
Hug Mila for me, please. I love you both dearly. Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for being here. And DM me if you want to.
Thank you, everyone. Yes. NFTs with Mike.
If you want an NFT, DM me. I got one for you. Pow, pow, pow.
Let me put it here so no people.
Oh, don't tell anybody.
Follow. I just put there. Follow at Mike Mongo. Okay, Mike.
Thank you. All right.
See you around, man. Thank you so much. And we're going to end this